Hey tennis fans, I'm Grace Carter and this is Tennis Now presented by Love Tennis by Hazel. Holiday season is here and Tennis Now has teamed up with Love Tennis by Hazel, a unique tennis jewelry designer to help you pick the perfect gift for the tennis lover in your life. Save 15% off the entire collection when you use the code SAVE15 before November 23rd. All right, during this year's ATP Finals, it's not hard to notice that a certain six-time champion is absent from the event for the first time since 2001. That would be the Swiss Maestro, Roger Federer. Federer holds the ATP's best indoor winning percentage among active players. For those keeping score at home, he is 264 and 64 indoors. But the 17-time major champion is currently working on his game far from London in the hopes that he'll return to the game in peak form come January. So what do you think? Does Federer have another run at the top in him, despite the fact that he's 35 now? That's a question for a few months' time, and it's not why we're here today. Nope, we are here quite simply because we're missing the Fed, and we know a lot of you are too. So to honor that fact and to honor the man, we have put together some of our favorite quotes about Federer, the player. So without any further ado, let's get to those. Roger can produce tennis shots that should be declared illegal. That's Tracy Austin, summing up what a lot of Federer opponents must have been thinking over the years. He moves like a whisper and executes like a wrecking ball. It is simply impossible to explain how he does what he does. That's high praise from the legendary coach, Nick Bollettieri. I don't think that you can ever get your game to perfection, only if you're Federer. That was the always humorous Novak Djokovic. Think he was serious about that? It's amazing what sort of shots he can come up with from impossible positions. It's an unbelievable effort to have 15 Grand Slam titles. Yes, he is the greatest player in history. That's the great Rod Laver, debunking the GOAT myth and expressing his wonder all in one sentence. Novak asks, what planet is Roger from? But the same could be said of Djokovic in recent years. I wish I could play like Roger Federer. That's from Serena Williams, expressing a longing that so many tennis fans have felt over the years. Why can't I play like Roger? Roger is a magician. Marat Safin needs just 4 words to sum up the Fed's greatness. One of the greatest and funniest quotes from Andy Murray had to do with Roger. And now for the more sublime poetic stuff. How about this bit of wordsmithery from the brilliant David Foster Wallace? He says, subtlety, touch, and finesse are not dead in the power baseline era. Wallace wrote in his piece for the New York Times entitled Roger Federer as Religious Experience. He continues, Roger Federer is a first-rate, kick-ass power baseliner. It's just that that's not all he is. There's also intelligence, his occult anticipation, his court sense, his ability to read and manipulate opponents, to mix spins and speeds, to misdirect and disguise, to use tactical foresight and peripheral vision and kinesthetic range instead of just rote pace. All this has exposed the limits and possibilities of men's tennis as it's now played. Roger's greatness is pretty hard to sum up, but Foster Wallace nailed it right there. In the modern game, you're a clay court specialist, a grass court specialist, or a hard court specialist, or you're Roger Federer. That's from Jimmy Connors, praising Roger's versatility and ability to produce brilliance on all surfaces. And finally, some chilling words from Gareth Andrews of The Age to finish our Roger Fest. On Sunday night at Rod Laver Arena, Roger Federer took my breath away, Andrews wrote. I was mesmerized by the audacity of his stroke play. His sheer mastery of the art of tennis was pure genius, and to bear witness was to evoke some sort of spiritual experience that occurs only a handful of times in a lifetime, if you're lucky. To try to describe the way Federer plays tennis is like trying to describe how Rudolf Nureyev danced or Sasha Heifetz played the violin. Common words or images do none of them justice. Wow, those are strong words. We're glad that so many people have taken the time to make note of Federer's greatness because we have frequently been rendered speechless when we're watching him. He is that good. Hope you enjoyed our little departure into the world of Roger Federer. Now we'll let you get back to the World Tour Finals in London, where there's plenty of greatness to be had as well. That's it for this time, but before we go, a shout out to our sponsor, Love Tennis by Hazel. Check out the fab designs at lovetennisbyhazel.com. We'll see you next time.